Hey all, welcome to Simply QA. In this session, we will learn about the levels of software testing. So, levels of software testing is nothing but a step-by-step process to test a particular application from beginning to the end. Okay, there are four levels of software testing. They are unit test, integration test, system test, and acceptance test. Let's see each and individual level with an example. Let's see our first level of testing, that is unit testing. So if we take an application, the application will consist of many modules, and in each module there will be many smaller units will be there. And testing those smaller units in a specific module is known as unit testing. Let's see it with an example. So throughout this session, I will be taking the example of online banking, and I will try to cover all the four levels of testing with the same example. Okay. Assume you have to transfer some amount to your friend. So we are currently in amount transfer page. So if you could see, there are multiple units, right? The payer account number is a particular unit. A payee account number is a particular unit, transfer amount is a particular unit. So the smaller testable portion is called unit, and developer would have written some logic to accept the inputs which user is giving. So basically the unit testing will be carried out by the developers, and they will test the logic of each and every individual units to verify whether it's working fine or not, so that while integrating all the units should work fine. So basically this is known as unit testing, and it will be carried out by the developers. Let's see our level 2 of testing, that is integration testing. So guys, assume that if unit test has been done successfully, whether we can say the entire application is working fine? No, right? The next step is like we have to combine all those units or modules together, we have to integrate them, and we have to test. So that is known as integration testing. The integration testing is mainly used to test the proper data flow between one module to the other module. Let's see it with an same example. For example, consider you are transferring some amount from account A to account B. Once it is transferred, what you will check? You'll obviously go and check the account balance, right? So assume initially you had 10,000 and you have transferred 2,000. Now the account balance is 8,000, which means once the amount is transferred, this data has been properly updated in the account balance page, so that in account balance page, based on the calculation, the proper balanced account is displayed, right? So here the data flow is happening between amount transfer module to account balance module. So we are combining amount transfer module and account balance module, and we are integrating it, and we are testing the proper flow of the application, right? So this is known as integration testing. Let's see about our third level of testing, that is system testing. It's nothing but testing the end-to-end flow of a particular application is known as system testing. This is to ensure whether all the functionality of that particular application is working fine. So let's consider the same example. Assume you have to transfer some amount to your friend, right? After opening the application, whether you will directly land into the transfer amount page? No, right? So there will be step of process to land you there. For example, you have to first of all sign in into that application. After that, you have to navigate to that amount transfer page, and once the amount is transferred, you will get the confirmation, and once you got the confirmation, you will check the balance, and once everything is done, you will be signing out, right? So this is known as system testing. That is, you're testing the process from sign-in page to logout, right? For example, here you have given the username and password, and you have entered into that application. Here you have entered the from account to account, and you have entered the transfer amount, and you have transferred the amount also. Once the amount is transferred, you will be navigating to the confirmation page. That is, amount has been transferred successfully. And after the confirmation, you will be checking the balance of your account, whether the particular amount has been deducted from your account or not. And you will check the recent transaction also, right, to whom it has been transferred. So once everything is done, you will be logging out of that particular application. So this is one end-to-end flow, and testing the application from start to end, that is one end-to-end flow, is known as system testing, right? So next we will see about our final level of testing, that is acceptance testing. So guys, even though we have carried out three levels of testing and we are pretty sure the application is working fine, the end user, that is customer, will test the application once again to make sure whether everything is working from their end. Which means at the starting of the development, right, the customer would have given some business requirement. So once the application is developed and tested completely, from their end the customers will test whether the particular business requirement has been met or not. So this is known as acceptance testing. So once this acceptance testing is completed, then only they will accept the product which we have developed, right? So these are the four levels of testing, guys. So to summarize shortly, unit testing is nothing but testing the smaller units individually. It is basically done by the developers. The next level of testing is integration testing. So combining those smaller units or modules together and testing those modules and the data flow between those modules is known as integration testing. And the third level of testing is system testing. Testing the end-to-end flow of the application from start to the end, right? That is known as system testing. And our final level of testing is acceptance testing. This is usually carried out by the customers. They will mainly check whether the specific business requirement has been met or not for the particular developed application. No? So that's all regarding the levels of testing. If you have any comments, do let me know in comment section. Thank you.